this talk today that I'm going to be having, yeah, I gave you the title, The God That Never Was. So if you are a Christian and you're thinking Jesus Christ is God, I'm just saying the God, in bracket, Jesus that never was. He's never been a God. He is not a God. He cannot be a God. And there has never been a time that he was one and that he isn't anymore. I know a lot of Christians are going to argue and say, Musa Muhammad, yeah, again, the tirade, this and that. I know they're going to say that. But hey, it is part of my religion. It is part of my understanding of the Quran to bring it out. We have to do da'wah. Da'wah is invitation to those who don't understand what Islam is all about, who don't know what is Islam. It is our duty to present Islam to them. But if they believe in Islam or not, it is not for me or for any Islamic scholar to bring anybody to Islam. Ours is to present the case. You know, what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to present the case. So I'm going to be looking at so many verses in the Bible that talks about Jesus being the Son of God or the Son of Man. Son of God or the Son of Man. The Bible is replete with that. So you found that in the book of John chapter 8 verse 40. You found that in the book of Acts chapter 2 verse 22. You found that in the book of Timothy chapter 2 verse 5. And you found that in the book of Matthew chapter 16 verse 27. It's a lot of places in the Bible that you find Jesus is the Son of Man, Son of Man, Son of God, not God, Son of Man, not God. So the moment you say Jesus is God, Jesus discount that. There is not a single verse or anything that looks like a verse referring to him, Jesus Christ, being a God, coming from his own lips. It is not there. Don't you think it's a very important thing? Look at the book of Luke chapter 18 verse 19. And in the book of Matthew also. When a man came to him, he said, "Good master, tell me, what good thing must I do to enter life?" What a young man is looking for, he want to enter paradise, heaven. He want to enter heaven forever. Tell me, good thing, good master. What should I do to enter life eternally? I want to go to heaven eternally. What should I do? So Jesus right away reprimanded him. He said, "Why does thou call me good? Why do you call me good for? The only one that is good, the only one, only, right? Underline the word only. The only one that is good is the one in heaven." Meanwhile, he was on earth talking about the one in heaven. Does that tell you that Jesus is God? If he is God, he would clearly stated that, but he's never been a God. He said the only one that is good is the one in heaven. Even goodness, Jesus rejects. So how could he be God? I'm not saying Jesus is bad. Jesus is a good man. All the prophets are good. They are, spiritually in tune. They are good people that Allah have chosen to guide mankind with their goodness. Jesus is good. But being a man of God, fearing to say that I am good, because there's an idiom that says, self-praise have no recommendation. If you praise yourself, it doesn't carry weight. Let the opposition praises you, then it carries weight. So here Jesus is saying, "Why dost thou call me good?" Min hashya, he's the fear of Allah. His humbleness, his humility makes him to make that statement, realizing that there is only one that is absolutely good, and that is the one in heaven. He recognized that. So if you are calling him God, you are the one that is calling him God. He never say he is God. If you look at the book of John chapter 14 verse 28, he said, "My Father is greater than I. My Father is greater than all. If you believe in me, it is not me that you believe. It is the Father who sent me, because I, by the power of God, cast out devils." The power of God. That means he doesn't have a power of his own. The same is true with the book of John chapter 5 verse 30, where he said, "I can of my own self do nothing." My own self, me, I can't do anything. I can of my own self do nothing. That means there is a force behind him that is, supporting him, giving him that strength, giving him the word. I can of my own self do nothing. The way I hear, I'm judging. Hearing from where? From God. And my judgment is good, because I don't take my own word, but the one who sent me. The Father who sent me, he is the one that I listen to, and I act according to what he asked me to do. Me doing that, one word for that in Arabic is Muslim or Islam, one who submit his will to God Almighty. So Jesus clearly submits his will to the will of God. Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thine will be done on earth. Thine will, subhanallah. Islam will be done on earth. Thine will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Jesus is crying for something to be done on earth. That same thing is being done in heaven. What is that? What is that? Worshipping of the angels, even in the book of the Bible itself, you know, the book of Revelation, we have angels surrounding the throne of God Almighty. Some were bowing down and prostrating, you know. So Jesus is here saying that the will of God should be done on earth. Excuse me. The will of God should be done on earth. That is total submission or surrendering the will of God that is done in heaven. And that is exactly what is calling for, you know, to be done on earth. And that is Islam. The total submission to the will of Allah. Even Bat Ehrman, I don't know if you know Bat Ehrman, but Ehrman is one of the, if not the most, you know, prestige and celebrated Christian, you know, theologian who specialized on the New Testament. He wrote so many books. I think his books are very, very good. You should try to get that. The other book that I read about what Bat Ehrman wrote was Misquoting Jesus. Misquoting Jesus. And then the other one, The Interrupted Jesus. And then the other one is Who Wrote the New Testament? And Who Was Paul? These are beautiful books. It has so much information. Very, very powerful information in these books. So when the more I read this book, written by Professor Bat Ehrman, North Carolina, you know, University. He used to be a Christian, very deep Christian. But then again, his studies of the Bible, you know, make him to realize, oh my God, this is not a book written by Jesus Christ. It was written long after Christ left the earth. But Ehrman is explaining things long after Christ left the earth. This book were written. And but Ehrman is telling us that Jesus never said, I am God or worship me. Never make a mention that he is God. And his companions at that time, the early companions, the very beginning of Jesus Christ's ministry, his companions never said that Jesus Christ is God. At the time of Jesus Christ, he never said God, that he is. And, you know, as a Jewish as he is, and then he said he came to follow the law of Moses. You know, the book of Matthew 5 verse 17. Matthew 5:17. Jesus Christ said, do not think that I have come to destroy the law of Moses, nor the only prophet that came before him. I have not come to destroy. I have come to fulfill. I have come to support. I have come to do. He supports everything about Jesus Christ, including monotheism. Moses believed in the oneness of God. So Jesus Christ, do not think. If that's what you're thinking, in fact, the Christians are thinking like that. He knows that, Jesus Christ. So he gave us a forecast. If you are thinking that I'm God, don't make that mistake. Do not think that I've come to destroy the law of Moses. So if you follow the law of Moses, definitely you would become a monotheist. That means someone who believes in the oneness of God Almighty without any, you know, intercession, without anyone. God does not have father, does not have mother, does not have, you know, sisters and cousins like Jesus has a lot of brothers and sisters. God doesn't have that. He doesn't need no board of directors and stuff like that. He is God, unique, eternally, you know, the knowing, the omnipotent and omniscient. How could God have a race? If Jesus is God, then God is a Jew. Then God have brothers. Do you believe that God is a Jew? God have like a race? You believe in that? So Jesus Christ never said that. These are the things that is being said by those who think they're following Jesus.
MashaAllah, that's the video for today. So this video is going to be in a form of series, in a form of episodes. So by the grace of God, we are going to give you the next part in next time when we meet. I hope you enjoy this video and you get a lot of lessons. You've been educated from the video. Don't forget to subscribe our channel Zakanya TV, like the video and share it for the rest of the people to benefit. Thank you. Until we meet in the next video.